Can you believe it's already September 2024? This year has been crazy for mobile gaming, and Q3 gave us some absolute gems. With so many new games dropping, it can be tough to pick the best ones, but don't worry, I've done the hard work for you. Today, I'm breaking down the top 10 best mobile games you definitely need to check out, so without further ado, let's jump right in. First up at number 10, we have Touch Grind X. This is a bike racing game in which your main objective is to perform the most spectacular tricks possible with your bike. Here, the winner is not who crosses the finish line first, but who manages to do so after obtaining the best possible score by pulling off stunts in the air. A good game needs to have precise controls that are well adapted to touchscreens, and Touch Grind X has just that. The standard game mode in Touch Grind X has a very similar approach to a battle royale. 12 riders participate in a full circuit of jumps divided into several different stages. At the end of each stage, the lowest placed riders will be eliminated until only one rider is left. This fun game mode can also be played online, either against your friends or against other players over the internet. Breaking into number 9, we have Free City. Free City is a sandbox action-adventure video game that immerses you in a world where criminals rule the streets, and you can join a gang. In this title, you'll assume the role of a gangster who returns to his hometown after a big heist and finds that rival gangs control all the capital's neighborhoods. When you start Free City, you can choose which gang you want to join from a list of teams that will define your character's past and style. Once you arrive in the city and run into the neighborhood sheriff, you can start completing missions in this open-world multiplayer game. The main objective is leading your gang and helping it recover its lost prestige by completing a series of main and secondary missions in pure GTA style. Before we keep going, a big shout out to Little Chaser for sponsoring today's video. In Little Chaser, you'll embark on a thrilling adventure through 3 different kinds of environments, which are ice, volcano, and forest, all while pursuing the enemy plane. You will get 1 minute to catch the moving enemy plane, which needs to be chased the entire game, and when it's caught, the level goes up and the difficulty increases too. In Little Chaser, a single tap on the screen unleashes the thrill of the jump. Double tap to soar higher and conquer even the tallest obstacles. As you race through the vibrant landscapes, snatch up as many coins as you can. These golden treasures not only add to your score, but also unlock powerful upgrades and boosts to aid you on your quest. But it's not just about running. You'll have access to 4 different types of vehicles in the game, which are car, cycle, plane, and jetpack, each offering its own advantages. It's a test of skill and reflexes that will push you to your limits. Compete against players worldwide on the weekly leaderboards to climb the ranks and earn rewards. It's the perfect motivation to strive for greatness. So what are you waiting for? Just tap, jump, and collect your way to victory in Little Chaser by clicking on the link from the description box below. Coming in at number 8, we have Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a 3D platformer battle royale where you can participate in an exciting contest in which up to 32 people will face off to try to claim first place. Over the course of several tests, each one crazier than the last, players will fall out of the competition one by one. The last one standing will take the crown. One of the big concerns when adapting a console and PC game like Fall Guys to Android devices is maintaining comfortable and accurate controls. Fortunately, the controls in Mediatonic's game are very comfortable. In the mobile version of Fall Guys, you will find as many fun trials as you see in the PC and console versions. In the first round, as always, the test is an obstacle course in which only the fastest will qualify. Next up at number 7, we have Sky Combat 2. Sky Combat 2 is a surprising arcade game that will transport you to some of the most hectic aerial confrontations that you've ever seen on this or any other platform. At the controls of a high-speed combat fighter, your mission is to try to eliminate as many enemies as possible before they shoot you down from the air. The experience offered in Sky Combat 2 is similar to what you'd find in big titles from the genre, like the Ace Combat Saga, for example. This gameplay transfers perfectly to the small screen, making it even more accessible to a larger audience. The goal is, of course, to eliminate all enemies before they eliminate us. To do this, we have many intuitive controls. On the other hand, between fights, we will be able to obtain lots of parts to modify our aircraft and unlock new ones. Down to number 6, we have Populus Run. Populus Run is a somewhat unusual mission-based running game. where you wind up controlling the movements of a pack of runners sprinting from the start to the finish line on a level. But instead of being chased by an enemy or trying to see who comes in first place, you're instead trying to keep the pack of runners together from the dangers of supersized snack food. As you leap over chasms or slide through pipes, you'll find yourself confronted with large macaroons, donuts, lollipops, and other snacks that threaten to rip runners from your group and derail their dietary goals. Completing enough goals unlocks a more challenging hardcore mode, which tosses extra hazards your way. Eventually, you'll need to use your running and jumping skills to defeat boss characters, proving your group's strength over food. Moving on to number 5, we have Just Rally 3. This is a driving game in which you can get behind the wheel of a rally car and skillfully drive around racetracks. Not only that, but each track has plenty of twists and turns to drift through. No matter how bad the weather conditions are, no matter how complex the road surface, you will face endless tracks and show your extreme driving skills. This game brings revolutionary gameplay with procedurally generated tracks, which means you will never encounter the same track twice. Every race is a new challenge. From muddy forest paths to rugged mountain tracks, every bend will test your reflexes and driving strategy. More than 50 global events await you, taking you through different climates and terrains to challenge the most challenging tracks. Next up at number 4, we have Construction Simulator 4 Lite. This is a simulator that allows you to drive and operate different vehicles and heavy construction machinery. In this game, your mission is to complete the diverse array of tasks at the construction site for each level, which involves operating a variety of specialized vehicles such as cranes, trucks, excavators, and road rollers. Like real life, achieving a quality finish requires time and dedication. Many construction games are divided into short levels where you have to complete an objective without any kind of story or narrative linking them together. However, that is not the case with Construction Simulator 4 Lite. Here, the game begins with your character starting a construction company from the very bottom. Coming in at number 3, we have INCUBO M. INCUBO M throws you right into the middle of a nightmare, and it's as terrifying as it sounds. From the moment you step into this creepy, ghost-filled world, you're on edge. The atmosphere is thick with tension, with eerie rooms, dark corridors, and ghostly enemies lurking around every corner. It's not just a game of jump scares, though. You'll need to use your brain to solve puzzles while also managing your nerves as the creepy soundtrack keeps you on edge. The gameplay has a good mix of puzzle solving and survival mechanics. You'll find yourself climbing, crawling, and sometimes just straight up running for your life as the game throws challenge after challenge your way. The ghost log mechanic is pretty cool too, letting you piece together the tragic stories of the spirits haunting you, which adds depth to the fear. Next up at number 2, we have Cross Court Tennis 3. Now, this is a fun sports game with touches of RPG where you play as a tennis player, climbing your way to the most prestigious tennis leagues until you win the best prize there is. Gameplay might feel a little strange only because you never control your character's movement. Instead, your job is to decide when to hit the ball, how hard to hit it, and in what direction, all of which you determine by dragging your finger across the screen. It has various game modes, although the most interesting one is the career mode, where you try to climb the rankings from the very bottom. To do so, you have to invest the coins you earn in various competitions to improve your character's abilities, as well as buy new and better equipment. And finally at number 1, we have Car Parking Multiplayer 2. This is a driving simulator for mobile where you control powerful racing cars and drive through a large city at full speed. Following in the wake of the successful first installment, this sequel allows you to put your skills to the test when it comes to driving several cars with total realism. In the game, you will find much more optimized gameplay than in Car Parking Multiplayer. In this game, you will find conservative controls that do not present too many new features concerning the first installment of CPM. The game's online mode offers thrilling races against players from anywhere in the world. By putting the pedal to the metal, you can overtake your opponents to be victorious and earn some great rewards. Alright, that's a wrap. I hope you found something awesome to play. If you enjoyed the list or have any favorites of your own, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next video. Happy gaming!